Welcome to the Lantern Preview Show for Week 4 of the Ohio State's football season. I'm your host, Megan Husslein, alongside Nick Molica. Nick, this is undoubtedly Ohio State's biggest game of the season so far. Just what are your thoughts on it? How excited are you?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot at stake. It's the number 6 Ohio State versus the number 9 Notre Dame. Potentially you win with some courage at the end of that. You could potentially go top 5 in this. So this is a huge game for both teams.
Yeah, totally. Playoff implications involved, boosting in the polls, so huge game for both teams. But overall, these are two high-powered offenses, led by a veteran quarterback in Sam Hartman for Notre Dame, and then first-year starter Kyle McCord for Ohio State. So that'll definitely be an interesting comparison. Sixth year Sam Hartman, he's definitely going to be poised. He's been in this situation before, so he's going to be confident for sure. And while McCord hasn't played in a huge game like this yet, he's been in these situations. He's been behind Stroud in the Michigan game and the Georgia game, so he's been around these situations, and all of his teammates describe him as cool, calm, and collected. So we'll see if he can stay calm under the pressure, under the lights, prime time, in South Bend on Saturday. So that's definitely something to watch. But overall, these offenses are both extremely talented, extremely well-rounded. And we'll see if Ohio State can build on their performance against Western Kentucky, because that was the first game that we saw them kind of just fire on all cylinders. Everyone clicked. The run game was going very strong. All the receivers looked good. That was McCord's kind of breakout game. So we'll see if they can build upon that. But Nick, what can we expect to see from Notre Dame?
From Notre Dame, Sam Hartman has 0 interceptions. So that he is very cool back there, making the right choices when he's looking for his receivers. He has a lot of passing yards on the season, so expect him to throw the ball along with running, because when you run the ball, it plays up the passing game as well. So they're going to hit those explosive plays down the field. And for Ohio State, defense for both teams actually is going to be a huge part in this game, because like you said, there is a big stand for both offenses. So defense applying pressure on both sides, making sure that you get to the quarterback and keeping strong defense on the receivers, because you have to play against Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, they're well coached. Obviously very skilled. I think Benjamin Morrison's his name, I believe. I think freshman All-American last year. So obviously I know he's a very talented player. Plays particularly to the boundary where I'm usually at. So that should be a good matchup.
Marvin Harrison talked about Morris, who is a sophomore for Notre Dame, who plays on the outside of the ball as well, and so he's looking to shut down and give some problems to Harrison as well. So it's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, for sure. Just again, both very well-rounded teams, a ton of mutual respect for each other, and they played against each other last year, but Notre Dame is almost a completely new team. So Kyle McCord mentioned, hey, we've been watching the film, we know how they play, but again, you take that with a grain of salt with a completely new team. So should be an extremely great game to watch. We're super excited for it, but stay tuned for the Lantern for updates before, during, and after the game.